Hi, everybody. It is raining a lot. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Maggie. Sarah and Rebecca. Marcy, Dahlia, Isha, Lisa, Chelsea, Cheryl, Kim, Tina, Tim, Brittany, Stephanie, Ava, JC. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming back, despite me having to change the date and time of this tour. I appreciate you guys coming. It's raining. Quite a lot, actually. It doesn't sound so bad, but it's quite heavy and direct. So I'm trying to keep the gimbal under the umbrella. How is everybody? We're right in the heart of Tokyo. We're a few stations south of Tokyo's main station. Hello, Dahlia, she says. Hello, lovely Kendall. So we've got 2 minutes until we officially start. I guess the weather is really not so good, and my gimbal is getting quite wet. So I'm going to do my best as I'm walking along. But for now, I'm going to put the gimbal under the umbrella, and you guys can have my face. It's very hard doing all of these things at once. Hi, Maggie in San Francisco. Thanks for coming. Hi, Danette. Thanks for coming. Hi, Lynn. Lovely flowers in your picture, Lynn. Lovely. Strange angles, I know, right now. There's a lovely koala tour just finishing, I think. I made sure I didn't book directly over the koala tour because popular for starters, but also koalas. Hi, Beverly. Nice to see you. You were at the koala tour. How was it, Beverly? Was it as satisfying as guinea pig tour? Hi, Carol. Hi, Mindy. Thanks, lovelies. Thanks for coming. We just got 30 seconds until we start. But if you would feel better, I'll tell you it's raining everywhere today. Chicago, Paris, Lithuania, Amsterdam. No way. How do you know that? Have you been on Heygo all around? The koalas are sleepy. Oh, they're not like the red panda that I saw then. That red panda was so energetic. Spotted none in the wild and 4 in the sanctuary. I love that you've been to all of those places on Heygo today, Dahlia. Well, hello, everybody. It's the official start time. My name is Kendall James. Thank you very much for being here. 20 here right now, but I think in about 10 minutes, Lynn's tour will finish, so we'll have a few more. It's raining, so my ability to share is limited entirely. And also, the views I'd hoped would get have changed entirely, which, makes me pretty annoyed because yesterday the weather was perfect. But I just couldn't do it yesterday, guys. My gimbal was in that locker and my feet were so bad. My feet would still be so bad today if it weren't for the fact that I'm borrowing absolutely not waterproof running shoes from the capsule hotel that I'm staying at. And it is not the same as the ones in the other that go by the same name in other cities. So I'm pretty disappointed by the capsule hotel, but ever so grateful that there are shoes for me to use. So I'm going for Grandma Chic today. Hi, Amy, KM, Francis, and Patricia. Here's my Grandma Chic. Take a look. I've got my friend's grandma's umbrella that I inherited almost a year ago now. 8 months ago when my friend Amy was here. Mindy is strangely asked, where is the garden? We're in the garden now, my friend. This is what a Japanese garden looks like. So if it's your first time in a Japanese garden, then sorry if you're disappointed. We're going to walk around. There are cherry blossoms and all sorts, and there are great views from all around. But this is the garden, my friend. This is what a Japanese garden looks like. They all do look a little different. But where is it? What city? I'm in Tokyo. So I'm guessing some people just came in a little bit later just then, near the beginning. So I'm in Tokyo City. And as I said just at the beginning, I'm about three subway stations south of Tokyo's main station, actually. Nothing wrong with grandma style sometimes. Too right. Hi, Ken. Nice to see you. So there are so many gardens throughout Tokyo, including imperial gardens, which I'll be kind of near tomorrow, and ones that are in association with the imperial family and lots of other things. But I'll have to give you lots more information when I'm underneath a shelter, which is quite a while around this garden. If you look on a map, you can see that this garden looks very small, but actually being here, sorry, I'm going to lower my mask a second. Being here, I think you'll agree, it is pretty large. It is very small in comparison to the other one that is nearby, maybe Hamamatsu Garden. And you can see on the map, it's about a quarter of the size of that, but still so big. And what I can do until we get to shelter, where I read some official information for this lovely, lovely place, what I can do is tell you a little bit about Japanese gardens in general, because as you know, I'm a fan of Japanese gardens and I live next to plenty of them. I live in Shiga. I'm very, very far away from home. I'm over 400 kilometers away from home. Very excited. After this tour, I'm going to be going to meet Yusuke. Yusuke is a guide that lives in Tokyo. And then after that, you can come and join me at a tea ceremony tour with Eriko. I'm her special guest today on her tea ceremony tour. So I'm very excited to show her that I know very well how to conduct myself at a tea ceremony. And we'll see how that goes. I'm probably making Lisa quite jealous right now. Hi, Kay. Nice to see you. Lisa really loves Yusuke and Eriko. Very, very much. So on behalf of Lisa, I thought, gosh, that's silly. I should go and meet Yusuke. The tea ceremony is at my 1:30, so Japan Standard Time, 1:30. Now, excuse me, you know I love a little zoom and things, but I've got to hold my umbrella in my other hand. Here's the Grandma Chic umbrella. It doesn't look like it's raining very much, but it is chucking it down in the soft, heavy way, just like me. My body, soft and heavy. Gonna chuck it down. In an hour and a bit, gosh, a bit longer than that. It's in 3 hours. 3 hours, Lynn. It's in 3 hours. Gosh, you'd scare me a lot. I thought I had to dash. I've got to go and have lunch with Yusuke first. I'll give you a couple of little anecdotes about things like that in a minute. Hi, Richard. Nice to see you. Hello, Anna. Nice to see you too. We've got cherry blossoms over in the distance. I'm so excited to take you up to those. And I can see a lovely place that I'm going to sit and read to you information about this lovely park. A lovely garden. What I really like is on a sunny day, like it would have been yesterday, the clouds and things reflect in this pond right here, and it's really wonderful. You can kind of see reflections here right now. Yeah, I am sounding rather refreshed in comparison. Guess what I did? I went to bed at 11 p.m., which I never do. And I woke up at 7:30 a.m., which I never do. So I did these all intentionally to make sure that I was well enough and able enough to do my tours and things today. So I did it with you guys in mind, but also to meet the people that I'm going to meet today, try and present myself nicely. That being said, I didn't brush my hair. I washed and showered, but I didn't brush my hair. I just kind of, I guess, like I said, soft and heavy. I just ran my fingers through it and braided it. And then after I did my makeup without even looking in a mirror. So it doesn't really matter how prepared I am. I still cut corners. Hi, Komugi. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. Thank you so much, Richard. And you guys, I could cry for your kindness. Thank you all so much for your kind reviews and things. I really appreciate that, even though it has been a difficult set of days for me. You guys have, you've not made that permanent in my memory with your reviews other than to say lovely things. So thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Excuse me when the umbrella dips a little bit. So we're just going to have a walk around, but then once everyone else is here and once I make it round to that little seating area with it's sheltered, I'll read you information because we're in Tokyo, of course, which means that lots of the important information is available in English, which is really great. I also got a really lovely stamp for this garden, and there's loads of blossoms over there, so let's go and see them. The blossoms bloom earlier in Tokyo, but they're already blooming where I live around by Kyoto and things as well. As long as I'm rested, thanks. Also, I had a coffee. I hate coffee. But the place that I'm staying has a breakfast where you can go to a cafe nearby and you can go and get a lovely home-baked something. I had banana bread that had chocolate in it, so that's a winner. But I also had a latte. And I just hate coffee. I hate it so much. However, this is about the 10th coffee I've had in my life. Also the 10th coffee I've had in Japan. That's right, all of the coffees I've ever drank have been in Japan for a few reasons. One of them is that Japanese people seem to love coffee. The other reason is that Japanese people give me coffee without asking if I want coffee, which as a British person, I think is quite rude, but I'll let them off. I know they mean well. They think it's for hospitality. I could have given it to you. I've got to tell you, it was the most delicious cup of coffee I've ever had. Paired with the cake, it was just something. It was very, very wonderful. And by the way, anyone who's just come in, so thank you all so much for being here. If you're wondering why this is talking about my days, a little bit of culture and just anecdotes and things, it's just because it's raining, so I have to hold this umbrella over the gimbal, and I will sit down and tell you a bit more about the garden as we go through. But you've also probably noticed I sound a lot happier in general because I've borrowed running shoes from the hotel. But unfortunately, the running shoes are not waterproof. So, I just can't win everything. They're not waterproof and they're also too narrow, but they are comfortable on my soles and tootsies. They assume Europeans prefer coffee. No, Richard, sometimes all that's available is coffee. Hi, Lucinda. Yeah, so the guide called Lari, she used to live in Japan for a really long time, and she actually hates tea. So she came to Japan hating tea, and yet people would just give it to her, but she seriously loathes it. Hi, Alicia and Carol and Quinn. Yeah, so it's not even to do with me being European, it's just all they have available. There's some lovely views up here. I have to try not to slip as I go down. Isn't it gorgeous? I have to emphasize looking on the map to see how small it looks in comparison to the nearby garden. So the coffee I had was yummy. It's from a company called Glitch Coffee. The people in there were really lovely, and at breakfast time, I made a friend. I made an American friend called Michaela, and she is stopping in Japan on her way to Australia. She's going to live in Australia, but a long time ago, she used to serve here in Japan. She's a nurse. Hi, Jackie, Odette, and Courtney. So it was really nice to have someone to chat to at breakfast time. I actually really love my own time to myself, but I super, super love getting to meet other people and learning about their lives and things. And I've invited her to come along to the art aquarium that I'm going to later, that I'll take you guys to if you're awake. Excuse me while I concentrate as I head down here. Richard says he'll be visiting Japan this November. Richard, I'll be in Japan this November. I hope I get to meet you. And if it's your bag, appropriately give you a hug for thanking you for all your inspiration and information and kindness. But if you're not into that, that's cool. I can give you a fist bump. Fist bump, no problem. Yeah, the forecast is going to be rain for today and tomorrow, so I don't really know what me and Erica are going to do. My tour for the cherry blossoms will be it will actually be walking, so that's fine. But our Hanami tour, I don't know. But let me try and get you some beautiful blossoms. Actually, this type of blossom, I'm pretty sure, is from Okinawa. It's this droopy kind of blossom. Okinawa is where most people that are serving in the military actually live in Japan. It's the southwesternmost, tiniest island. And actually, it's quicker to get yourself to Korea than it is to Okinawa. It's amazing, I think, the distance. Hi, Kenzie. So we've got some nice blossoms over here. So because it's raining, we actually have this whole garden to ourselves, which I think is quite nice. So that's a lucky thing for us. So while we're walking around, and before I tell you a bit more about the garden and then the history, I'll give you another little anecdote. I've actually got rotten fish in my bag, which sounds disgusting, and it is disgusting. I have carried rotten fish for so many kilometers, miles, crazy amounts. I'll try and focus here, but I can't reach up, sorry. But gosh, they look so gorgeous, don't they? Hi, Mindy. Yes. Mindy has asked if I'll post my tours on YouTube because she can't stay up late. And Mindy is a new sponsor of mine. So the answer is extra yes. Because for my sponsors, and thank you very much to their support, their monetary support really helps me feel like I can find the time to put things on YouTube. But because she's a sponsor as well, if she's got a special request like that, yeah, of course I can do that for you, Mindy. And I'll be putting the whole Yokohama set up there as well. That is my big fat thank you to my sponsors that also all voyagers get to benefit from. So huge thank you. Get your postcard fingers ready. Look at these gorgeous flowers. Sakura. So I've got a few new sponsors recently and I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, check me out on YouTube. Ken has popped a little link there. This... oh, beautiful sakura blossoms. They're a little pink, but almost perfectly white, and even more beautiful for having raindrops on, don't you think? Hi, Carolee. Dalia says, congrats, I think, on the new sponsors. I've also lost 4 recently, so that's a little bit of a shame, but I'm glad, and I'm also so grateful for the support that they gave me before. But yeah, kawaii. Ne? Richard says kawaii, and in Japan people often say kawaii, which means cute, pretty, or beautiful. That's how they talk about the blossoms and things. So we might say pretty or beautiful in English, but they also use a word that means cute in Japanese, which I think is just lovely. The tour of the art aquarium is at almost the same time as it was planned to be. It's an indoor tour, so I'm set for that one, don't worry. That's happening at my 5 p.m. Japan Standard Time. And yes, I'll put it on YouTube after, assuming that the signal on the app and everything is lovely. Yay, aquarium. Guys, it's actually quite a fantastical aquarium with incredibly ornamental fish, goldfish. And while we're talking about that, let me tell you why I have old, fermented, rotten fish in my bag. Beverly will be sleeping. Understandable, my friend. Understand. Whoops. Oh, nice. You watched one of Matt's tours on YouTube. That's lovely. So the fermented fish is for Yusuke, who had the strange nerve to suggest to me. I said, let's get lunch together. And I said, I'm not vegetarian, but I prefer veggies. And he said, great, let's get funazushi. And I said, what? Why would we eat funazushi? I said, respectfully, no thank you. Funazushi is rotten fish. And actually, I live in Shiga, and it's the speciality in Shiga. Hi, Terry, Mary, Deborah, and Sinead. Let me read this. This stone pillar is a gatepost that was transported from the former residence of a warlord who served the Odawara Hojo clan during the Warring States period. The area is said to have been the site of a tea room when it was the main Tokyo mansion of the Odawara domain, the Okubo clan. So all the way from the 15th century, just before the Edo period, but this is an Edo garden actually. So he said, let's get funazushi. I said, thanks, but no thanks. I did say it much more politely than that, don't worry. And I said, you know what, though? I will bring you funazushi because it is the delicacy of Shiga, fermented fish. It's in my bag. I'm going to show it to you guys, and you can see whether or not that's something you want to eat. And let me tell you how you eat funazushi. You have it in small pieces, ideally with alcohol because it's very strong smelling. And the deal is, allegedly, that if you chew it more, you allow all of the flavors to come out into your mouth almost permanently for a good 30 minutes for just a little bit of chewing, extra chewing. So dare you do it. What do you think? Yes, a lovely gift for him since he enjoys it. But I don't know, Lisa. He might not have had it before. He might not have had it. He might be wanting to have it. But I think it's quite sweet of him that perhaps he was thinking, Kendall's coming to Tokyo. Let's give her a slice of home, as in my home being Shiga. Let's give her funazushi. But I literally bought my funazushi from the train station. That's how much funazushi is around. Hi, Diane. Nice to see you. Some gorgeous postcards here. I'm very jealous of you guys getting the postcards. I don't get to have these because I'm sacrificing my photographic opportunities to give you guys a look around the garden. So I hope that you enjoy that. Let's thank you very much, Ken. Word, that's the word. Say the word and I'll send them. Yeah, the prettiest ones, please do send them. I wonder if I'll get a chance to run around and get some after. I'll see, but maybe not today. Maybe not. I'm on a tight schedule, literally back to back. Breakfast, garden, Yusuke, Eriko, other friends from the UK, and then art aquarium. Maybe with the British people I met yesterday, and maybe with the American lady I met just earlier today. We'll see. Thanks, Carolee, for following me. We're going to get over to this area, and I'll tell you a bit more about the garden. But meanwhile, you've probably noticed that. Well, let me just stop for a second. If you come here on a sunny day, like I would have been bringing you yesterday, this area is just fantastically beautiful. It is already, I think. But aside from the cranes in the background, the urban environment just surrounding the garden extends into the pond in the middle. There's a perfect reflection in the water. I'll just go 3, 2, 1. I'll see if I can get you a shot. There you go. Can you kind of imagine? There's a perfect reflection on a sunny day, blue sky and everything right in the middle. Yeah, Richard says rainy has another certain charm. That's true. 3, 2, 1. So basically, the reason that we're in this garden, even though there's a really big garden nearby, is because the first time I ever came to Tokyo, I was alone. I was by myself. I had a partner that was meant to visit, and I had my best friend who was meant to visit, both of which never came. Well, never got to come because coronavirus has started. And my best friend has never ever come to Japan because of coronavirus, which really, really sucks. I ended up coming to Tokyo by myself, but the first day of the nationwide lockdown happened on my second day in Tokyo, and I was very, very confused. But I ended up, the day before, I had already visited 2 gardens, and it was just spectacular for me. I'd had a little walk around some small gardens in Shiga, but to come and see this and see it had a perfect blue sky and the reflection in the water, I couldn't believe it. So that's the reason why I've chosen of all gardens to bring you to this one today. Yeah, it is still nice with the mist. Hi, VTS. Hi, Fran. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming. So a strong feature of Japanese gardens is water and stone and greenery. And the trees in particular are chosen because they are evergreen to the Japanese environment, always, always green. Japanese fern trees and and similar types. So there'll always be green around here. It won't turn to kind of naked brownness. Hi, Alan. Nice to see you. What are those black rocks? They are exactly black rocks. They're up on a mountain, and so they're echoing a mountain as well. All of the stones and rocks that are in Japanese gardens are chosen for their characteristics to make them, they're interesting, and they're also known for looking like other people or animals or continents or countries or landmarks or emperors, all kinds of things. So the idea is that they're very distinct, and none of them are ever chosen by accident. Sense of Zen, exactly. Zen, peace. I love it when people have colorful umbrellas. They look so cute when they're hanging out in gardens and things with the colorful umbrellas. Now, I'm wondering where I can sit, because there is a seating area over that way with shelter, but some other people are sat in it, so it's not very appropriate that I join them. So let me see if I can read you a bit of information from this point, maybe. Let me see if I can get you a nice view. So for starters, I've got some information to share with you in the chat. I took pictures just in case there was no way in which I could do speaking today, but I've got protection from a tree a little bit. So bear with me. Just gonna grab that. So we've got official information here. Yeah, lethargy, it's raining around the world. Around the world, around the world. It's raining. So, welcome to Cultural Heritage Gardens. Every Tokyo Metropolitan Garden is designated as either a cultural heritage of the state or of Tokyo, combining history, culture, nature that has continued on from the Edo, Meiji, and Taisho eras. They are valuable properties that have survived disasters, including the Great Kanto earthquake, war damage, as well as progressing urbanization, and your kind understanding and cooperation is much appreciated in order to allow such important properties to be left to prosper in better conditions. This is a rambling Edo atmospheric garden. One second. And it is called Shiba Rikyu Gardens. Nice to see you all. Thanks for coming. This garden is one of the oldest gardens of daimyo, which are feudal lords, that has survived to the present day, along with Koishikawa Korakuen Gardens. It represents a typical example of Kaiyu style, which is a circuit style. And actually, that's really interesting, because in old gardens and parks in the UK, especially Victorian-style ones that are about 100 to 200 years old, we also have the same kind of garden and park, so a circuit style in which you'd, in old British English, we'd say promenade around the garden, around the park. But here we say we say a strolling garden, strolling park and garden. Hi everyone, hi Tina, hi Robert. One second. This site used to be under the shallows of Edo Bay, but the land was reclaimed from the sea from 1655 to 1658. And in 1678, it came to be used as the official Edo residence of Okubo Tadatomo. Roju, the top rank of the Tokugawa shogunate. In building the residence, Tadatomo invited a garden architect from his clan fief, Odawara, for garden making, and gave the name Rakuju-en to the garden. And as you might know from the Hikone Castle Gardens, Genkyuen, Raku means enjoy, relax, pleasure. So it's nice to use a word such as that in garden design. Thank you, Lucinda. Yeah, it started raining even more here as well. Hi, Sue. Nice to see you. Okay, so I'm just going to continue reading while trying to protect myself with this tree. It's going medium well. Not very well, to be honest. After several ownerships, the garden became a Shiba residence of Kishu Tokugawa in the last days of the shogunate. In 1871, it became the residence of the Arisugawa Nomiya family, to be brought up by the to be brought up by the Imperial Household Agency in 1875. The next year, it became the Shiba Rikyu. While virtually all the trees and buildings were lost by a big fire that ensued after the Great Kanto earthquake in 1923, 100 years ago, the garden was bestowed to Tokyo City in 1924 in commemoration of the wedding of Emperor Showa in January of the following year, 1924. After restoration and upgrading work, it was opened to the public as Kyu Shiba Rikyu Onshi Gardens. Kyu Shiba Rikyu Onshi Gardens in June 1979. The garden was designated as a place of scenic beauty around the country, and Kyu Shiba Rikyu Gardens is the designated name in which it is known for its cultural heritage. And it is raining a lot, so excuse me. I've got something to show you just here, and then I'm going to be able to hold my umbrella and zoom and show you some lovely sights again. This is the stamp for the garden. As you can see, it's been raining all over all of my thingies. For once, not raining where you are, Dawn, in England. Amazing. Yeah, really lovely stamp. But now my flyer is sadly ruined, so I guess I'll cut it up and put it in my journal. So what I want to do is provide you guys with most of that information as well. As you come into the park, you can see this information, which is very, very lovely, I think. And it's in English because we're in Tokyo City, just a few, as I said before, a few stops south of the main station by subway on the Yamato Green Line, if you're ever coming this way. And there's another wonderful garden nearby that's much, much bigger. But this one, as I keep saying, is very large, I think. But we've got some new people that have just come in. Hi, everyone. Welcome. And thank you very much for being here. And cherry blossom season, but some of them are, all of the trees, I think, are growing at slightly different rates. So some of them are well past it already. But it's nice to see the blossoms are falling so romantically into the water. Hi, Virginia. Look at that. You can see them just dropping like snow. You can see rain and blossoms floating. Isn't that sweet? A romanticized view of them. I've got to try not to fall into the river just below, but I'm going to get you a little close up on some of these. Facing downwards. I'm going to get you some higher up ones. Just a second. Let me see what I can do for you if I do a little crouch. Something I really love about the gardens in really big cities like Osaka and Tokyo and Kyoto, you can often see the urban environment in the background. And some people might think that's not very attractive. But I really love I hate this word, it's so pretentious. But I personally really love the juxtaposition between the urban environment and the nature in the middle. And I also really love the soft lines and organic shapes that are in the gardens in comparison to those really hard edges and the blue glass and metal and things outside. Totemo kawaii ne? Ne? Totally. So cute. So nice with the raindrops. You missed some really good photo opportunities earlier, Tina, but I'm sure Ken will share some of those with you. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Funazushi in my bag, I just don't care. Funazushi, rotten fish in my bag. I cannot wait to give that to Yusuke so I don't have to hold it anymore. The lady said that it's best if I keep it in the fridge, but I checked with Eriko and we're both in agreement that rotten fish does not necessarily need to be kept in the fridge. So hopefully he can't die from it being extra rotted. And if he gets sick, I think it's just because no one should really eat that much funazushi. I do have... Oh, no! Rescue me! Sorry, the umbrella got drastically caught up there. Okay, so we are meant to have a 40-minute tour, but I think I'm just going to have to be a little bit careful because of the amount of rain. It's getting worse and worse. Famous last words. It can't be bad. It's already rotted. So I'm going to walk you around to the other beautiful blossoms for those that have just come in. And then I'm going to use the trees over there as shelter to be able to put my gimbal away. But I hope you've enjoyed a lovely walk around this garden. I'll give you another 10 minutes before I dash away. The pine trees are a wonderful shape. And as I said about the rocks and things that are in the gardens, they're all chosen for their distinct shape. Nothing is chosen by accident. Nothing is placed by accident in Japanese gardens. Quite in contrast of color and shapes and forms to British gardens, the shapes are so different. And we're lucky to be able to see color in the garden right now, because it's just not usually the way in a Japanese garden unless there are blossoms a couple of times throughout the season. But also the trees in particular are chosen because their silhouettes look so beautiful, even if they were to lose some of their leaves. But the silhouettes with their leaves and the shapes of the trunks are just so fantastic that they look like Japanese paintings, don't they? Mindy and Courtney, thank you very much. So the interesting thing about being in Tokyo, which I'll share with you guys because I expect that some of you are hoping to visit Japan in the future, is that, well, I speak some Japanese, but so many people have started speaking to me in English in Tokyo. That's not to say that they all speak English, but they've got a survival kit of English that they're using. So it's sorry, I just read your comment at the same time and I got distracted. So actually, it's quite easy to get around. So if you're wondering, should I come to Japan? Isn't it difficult? I don't speak Japanese. For starters, generally everyone is very friendly. I did have one very mean person the other day, but in 3.5 years, I can count the mean people on one hand. So that's fine. So yeah, I just want to say, people do have basic English, and of course, most of communication with other people is body language. So if you're looking for directions and things, you'll probably be able to get around quite easily anyway. And all of the signs have English words too, and all of the trains have English announcements as well. That's all right, Diane. Yeah, it is a shame that it's raining. The fact is, sunny days equal more tips on Heygo, just guaranteed. But the rain is definitely picking up. A lot, I'm afraid. So I'm going to get to those lovely cherry blossoms over there, and then I'm going to hide my gimbal away and dash to Yusuke. So we're not doing a tour together. The other funny thing about going to meet Yusuke is he has mistook my liking vegetables for needing to find a vegetarian restaurant. So he hasn't found a vegetarian restaurant. I told him a couple of times I do eat meat, but I think there's a little miscommunication there. So the funny thing is that we're going to somewhere that I'm showing him, which I think is quite funny. He lives in Tokyo, but I'm showing him a cool new place that he hasn't been to before. And I love doing that for Japanese people. So often do I take them to places that they've never heard of. And I just think it's part of the magic of being my type of person, that I can show anyone something, even if it's their own country. Delena makes announcements at the train stops in Hokkaido, but I'm really hoping I get to go and visit her. If not this year, then next year. Hopefully this year, though. We'll see. Nice that you met your fiancé. Sorry you met the pandemic. Do you mean in Japan? Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? So Yusuke keeps calling my partner Ryo, Ikemen. He keeps calling him very handsome. And when I said I was coming to Tokyo, the first thing Yusuke asked is your handsome partner coming to visit? And I'm sorry, no, it's just me, but I can tell you about him. Yeah, he's very sweet. And so whenever I post a picture on Facebook, Yusuke says, is that your partner? Is that your partner? He's very sweet. So I'm looking forward to meeting him in person. Not my partner, Yusuke. No, my partner's not coming to the UK with me. He'd like to, but guys, the cost is astronomical, let alone time off work. Japanese people can't do that. So as I was saying, not doing a tour with Yusuke, but what I am going to do is try and get a picture of us both together. Excuse me a second, I'm wrestling with the car behind me, umbrella above me, and the tree's shaking. Oh, you're going to have to play postcard catch. There we go. Yep, meeting Eriko later. Please join us on our tour. She is presenting the tour on her channel, so look for Eriko online if you're not already following her, and I'm going to a tea ceremony with her. Now, just excuse me, the rain has meant that excuse me, I'm going to wipe you guys. Beep, 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 beep. There you go. I'm determined to get you a couple more, or at least one more blossom postcard. There you go. Right, guys. It's raining far too much for me to stay much longer, I'm afraid. I think other guides might have cancelled the tour in such situations, especially as I've come quite far to get to it. But I hope you are happy that I managed to do the tour, even though I couldn't yesterday. I'm sorry it wasn't the beautiful sunny day, and I hope to see you at my future tours. Tina likes it better in the rain, in total contrast to you wishing it was sunnier the day before yesterday. Oh, sorry, I know, over there looks good. I'll say goodbye over there. That's all right, everybody. Thank you for your thank yous. Right, I'm definitely getting you a shot just here of lovely blossoms. There we go. Thanks for the kissy face, Gregory. I hope you can come to the tea ceremony. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm intrigued. I don't know if there will be other people there too. Maybe her mum. I hope so. Especially seeing as I've showered at her mum's house before. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. You've been really charming, and I hope you'll leave me some nice reviews. And I look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you so much. Look, I'm smiling today. Smiling. Bye-bye. Thanks, Kimberly. See you. Thank you. Bye. Oh, the rain.